Hey guys, Lex here. Just trying a different format for this video. I know a lot of the videos on my YouTube channel are taken from my streams, but I play a lot of Dark and Darker off stream as well. And there's a lot of valuable footage here, you know, either in funny moments or lessons to be learned, perhaps. But yeah, I just want to try this different format out. We're getting into another Cleric budget run here. As you can see, just going ahead and buying the cheapest Templar armor and the cheapest kettle hat you can. You know, I think those are the biggest upgrades that you can buy on a cleric to improve your survivability. Like, it's over 30 armor in an upgrade, replacing the frock with the Templar armor. I'm also bringing a heater shield in from another run. Obviously not necessary. Yep, going through the loadout here too. You can pause that screen if you want. The heater shield, again, not necessary, but you can go with the buckler, and if you're good enough, you'll be able to block things just fine. But yeah, let's get into it. The heater shield definitely makes things easier. And sorry for the cut there. There was something that popped up on my screen revealing some information, so I broke that pot and there was nothing in it. That's what you need to know. Just taking the skeleton, making liberal use of the heater shield here. Again, though, the buckler can block just as well. Just have to aim it a little bit more precise, making sure your limb isn't the first thing in the way before the weapon hits you. Find some nice gloves there. I'm just going through, hoping to find some leggings or some boots especially. Yes, and totally forget about this archer here. So I take a shot to the head, which is a bit of a mistake, but once I realize it's here, you know, again, blocking and tilting up will block most shots from the skeleton archer. And even the goblin archer, they tend to go for headshots, so blocking and tilting up is a good way to block most of the arrows. Seems pretty consistent in my experience. And we got a death beetle joining the party, rather. Pretty easy, again, just sidestepping will solve that most of the time. And they always have a nice little trinket on them. I love seeing death beetles because it's just, you know, guaranteed money. Oh, we got some decent items in the chest here. Some green gloves. Throw those on for sure. Green trinket. And that body armor is not actually bad, so I wanted to take it. You know, might use it in another run. But if I find something more valuable, I'll obviously drop it. And at this point, I heard some fighting in the room right next to me. Some goblins and sword slashes, so I wanted to go check it out after buffing up. Just rush whatever player there is with Smite. Sure enough, we have a Warlock. Doesn't look too geared and is already jumping down. And is chasing after this Barbarian. And I decide immediately to switch to the Barbarian. And there we go. Smite does a lot of extra damage. It's 10 extra magical damage per swing. So try to use that right before you start swinging, because the more you get out of it, the better. So it's a lot of damage. And it's better with a rapid weapon, like the mace here. But yeah, so pretty stoked on this. Not necessarily double kill. Killed one person, but there are two bodies. Two player bodies. Good handful of trinkets and potions on the Barbarian. The Warlock, not too much, but surprisingly, yeah, had a blue spell book. So I definitely want to take that. Yeah, and in this moment, I noticed the Barbarian was more geared when I had initially jumped down. Yeah, just double checking some loot that I forgot. So I switched targets to the Barbarian immediately because the Warlock didn't look like they had too much gear, and I was like, you know, I'd rather us team up on the, in quotes, boss, the geared Barbarian, and then I could finish the Warlock after because they didn't look like they were too tanky. I think I left a trinket on the Barbarian there. My mistake. I realize another error here is that blue spellbook is very good, and I should have switched it out with my staff because spellbooks decrease your casting time by a significant amount, so that's something I've been doing in more recent runs, but this is still pretty early on in my cleric experience. Yep, so I'm just breaking the walls here to make it a little more easier to maneuver, because I'm getting ready to fight this skeleton mage, and I know this room can get a little hectic, so I want a nice path where I can run circles around, and just trying to piss him off here. There we go. letting him walk towards me. I can hear him, so getting ready to buff up. Protection. I always like to try and bait him into casting a fireball into the wall. There he goes, and then I swing. I have smite up, and may have been overkill because I killed him with a single headshot. I'm just taking out the skeletons here. Once again, you know, heater shield doing some work, but the buckler, if you aim it right, you can block those swings, again, just as easily. I do have some footage of using the buckler to block some swings there. A little bit of a mistake, took a hit. And unfortunately, the lion's head chest is locked, so I don't even get to open it. And it makes me think I should bring some lockpicks in with me every now and then, because I feel like I do run into at least one locked chest, I would say. I'm not sure if it happens every run, but it happens, I would say, at least every other. Alright, inventory is starting to get full, so I think at this point I'm thinking about escape portals. Still want to loot some more, but I'm thinking about it. Thought I saw somebody. Yep, there we go. There's a fight over there, and I'm getting ready to buff up, but he doesn't look like he wants to you know, tango, so we just let him go. And again, I have a decent load of stuff already, so I'm totally fine with escaping with this much. I'm just dealing with these spiders. Very thankful that they die in one hit to this mace. Makes it a little easier to find the spawner and wipe them out. Compared to a red spider spawner, which can be a nightmare. But even then, you can just jump on top of the vase, or jump on top of something nearby, and it can't reach you most of the time, but even still. They're just that much tankier, and a little bit more annoying. Alright, yep, just breaking some pots, trying to load up as much as I can before I head out. Yep, and lo and behold, we have a portal that appeared right next to us. You can see how I reacted to that sound. It's nice when you hear them and they're so loud. You're like, ah, there we go. I know this is in the same room as me. A sure exit. So yeah, I decided to wind up the portal and continue being a little greedy. I want to try and get some more trinkets before I jump out. I got a friend in this one. Apologize for the darkness, by the way. I know the game is dark and darker, and it is a rather dark game, but I think some of my settings may be a little off, and it appears a little too dark, so I might be tweaking those in the future. Nothing good on these two. Or nothing good on the skeleton, nothing good in the chest, rather. I decide I'll break this barrel open, hopefully find something. Sure enough, there's another friend in there. And I'm trying to pull him back to the portal here, because I want to fight him near the portal in case a player tries to take it, but it looks like he's stuck, so... Yeah, I try to pull him over again, and he's just not having it. Yep, so I decide, alright, I'll fight you and keep checking on the portal. There we go. Was it worth it? Eh, a little bit of extra coin. I would say it was. I'm looking around, there's not too much more stuff to break, so I think I'm ready to call it here. Yep. There we go. Alright, so... time to sell. Made out with a pretty good handful of trinkets, and honestly a lot of health potions from that Barbarian. So let's see. Do up all the trinkets. Yep, looking like it's around 63 gold in total value, which is totally fine. Pretty solid gain there, and especially with all the other, the other trinkets we got. I have a leather helmet, I think, right there that I'd use in another run. Yeah, it's got physical damage bonus, for sure I'd use that. And we got the blue spellbook, of course, too. So those are valuable on their own. Has 2 agility and 2 max health. That is not bad for a cleric, honestly. Agility, I would be very happy with as a bonk cleric because it gives you move speed and swing speed, both of which a cleric needs, a melee cleric needs. Yep, selling some of the weapons here. Selling all the stuff I don't need. And all the potions, you know, as a cleric... Oh, there's a trinket I forgot. I think I go ahead and sell that too. But yeah, as a cleric, you know, healing potions are still important. I know you have your own heals, but just being able to sip a potion between fights or before a player fight if you're slightly damaged is still pretty big. Count through all the gold here too. I think it's around 127-ish I made it out with. Plus the book and the helmets. And that's going to be it, guys. Just let me know in the comments if you prefer this format compared to the other one. Yeah, and I'll keep these rolling.